RJ Barrett just had a tremendous game for Canada in FIBA, and as you guys know, we got to talk about it. So welcome back to Knicks Digest. My name is Chris. I got the RJ Barrett jersey going because he just had his best game in the entire FIBA tournament in the biggest game that Canada has had so far in FIBA, where for the first time in history, Canada has now advanced to the semifinals. So quick shout out to Raptors Digest and Ben because I know they're loving it up there. But today it's about RJ Barrett and how this pertains to the New York Knicks. So real quick, let's just look here. As it says, if you didn't know, now you know. RJ Barrett put up 24 points and 9 rebounds. Came up huge in the Canada W. And for the first time ever, Canada is going to the semifinals in FIBA. This is awesome news. You love to see RJ Barrett play well. It's just something that can sometimes not happen. We've seen the inconsistency. We know that's the big issue along with the shooting. So just to see Barrett step up in the big moment is so awesome. Guys, I am so excited to know that RJ still shows up in these big moments, which is something we've seen consistently. Since even early on when he was a rookie, we saw him do it against Houston towards the end of the season where he made that game-winning layup. We then saw him hit the game winner against the Celtics on a shot that who even knows how it went in. And then after those 2 playoff games to start the playoffs for the Knicks, the rest of the playoffs were smooth sailing for RJ. He started playing tremendous basketball after a fairly shaky and inconsistent season that had a ton of highs and a ton of lows. We have now seen that RJ Barrett is unfazed once again in the big moment. And this is huge because the NBA season is really right around the corner. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but when you think about it, we're in September. Next month, we have NBA basketball and we have New York Knicks basketball. Thank God, because I was going crazy. I don't know about all you guys, but I need to see some Knicks basketball. So, let's look at the numbers for RJ Barrett. Let's see how he did last year, because we have to talk about some stuff. And some of it is that essentially, these field goal numbers are not great. 43% from the field, not very good. 31% from 3 as a wing. You probably got to shoot a lot better than that. But the standard numbers are not bad. Nearly 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Those are solid numbers for a third option. It's really just the efficiency. And in today's game, I don't have the box score to show you guys, but RJ shot 9 for 22, which is not very promising. That's 40%, give or take a few numbers or percentage, whatever. But he was also 1 for 6 from 3. So if you take away those threes, it's a completely different number. We just need to see an RJ Barrett who's not shooting 6 threes per game. We need a guy who's shooting 2 to 3 threes per game and is trying to work on the inside. The Knicks have more court spacing than ever. Julius Randle seems to have somewhat remembered how to shoot after the 2021-22 disastrous season. Jalen Brunson, obviously a 41% shooter from three-point range. Quentin Grimes is an elite shooter, especially when he gets hot. Mitchell Robinson's athleticism creates space. So we can see a world that fits RJ Barrett and at the same time helps the Knicks win. And also, we will have a confident RJ Barrett because of how he's playing in FIBA. One of the things with RJ is it felt like his mentality got shaken up because if you look at the numbers from the 21-22 season, after December, once January, the new year started, RJ averaged around 23 points per game that year. And then once you go to February on, he was putting up 25 points per game. He genuinely looked like he was about to break out and become a perennial all-star. He was high up on the odds for most improved player last year. Obviously, that didn't exactly happen. We didn't see the improvement we need to. And what we're really looking for this season is the efficiency, and that's going to come with confidence. Because RJ went into last season going from the first option to the third option. He's now still that same third option, except the one difference is he's now understanding of what he's going into when he's going into this role. He's not going in from having a 25 point per game run to where now he's not going to get the same shot attempts. He knows what he's going to get, and he's played a fairly similar role with Canada because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite point guard. For my money, he's a top 10 player in the NBA. So it's not like RJ is just getting a million touches and he's just completely benefiting off usage. He's benefiting in a role that helps him, and he's playing with high intensity It feels like the efficiency is going to go up, and the defense has been good. Canada's coach, Jordi Fernandez, essentially had this to say on the matter. He said that he's very proud of RJ and that when they put together this team, they had a lot of talent at the professional level, whether it was NBA or high-level European teams or just some college. They had a lot of basketball talent, real talent, and Fernandez essentially said that you might have a different job every day, but he was very proud of RJ Barrett and his aggressiveness and just how he ran the floor and rebounded the ball. He said that just helps the team to start a fast break. RJ did a great job today at a high level, and it was just one of the reasons why they won the game. You love to see good stuff being said about RJ Barrett because it's really, at the end of the day, for me, I think it's Barrett's confidence that's really the most shaken, and that's fair. It's not easy to go from a first option to a third option. It's pretty difficult because instead of the usage and the looks that you're going to get, you're now playing to benefit other people, especially when Randall and Brunson are both isolation scorers and not unsimilar to RJ's game. It puts him in a weird position where he's just not going to be able to do the same things that he did in the 21-22 season. But now he's had a year to deal with that. He's had this FIBA time to deal with this. So I think going into next season, what we need to see from RJ Barrett is him maybe shoot a few less threes, because the one caveat on RJ's great game today is his shooting in total was 9 for 22, which is around 40%, but he was 1 for 6 from 3. If you just don't shoot some of those threes, say he went 1 for 3 from 3, that's a completely different game. That is then 9 for 19. That's really good numbers, and it's just, we don't need RJ Barrett shooting 6 threes. As I was saying, when RJ came out of college, he was really, really just NBA ready, unfazed by the big moment. And we've seen that to this degree. But what we also knew is that this guy was not here to shoot threes. He was not going to ever be some elite 40% three-point shooter. And the Knicks don't need him to be. They just need him to stop shooting the amount of threes that a 40% three-point shooter shoots. And his numbers are going to balloon up. That efficiency is going to get better. And especially with this mix of confidence, I really think that we can be on the cusp of not exactly the breakout season where the stats massively change, between Brunson, who's probably only improving, and Julius, who's going to be good for around 22 to 24 points per game. There's not a lot of room for RJ to start shooting way more and average 26 points or anything. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll see him around 20 to 22 points. But if he can get that efficiency down, and if he can play that aggressive defense that he was playing against Slovenia, that is a much different RJ Barrett. That is an RJ Barrett who is locked in and who is a great third option in the Eastern Conference. Not many teams can say they have 3 20-point-per-game scorers on their team. The Knicks not only have that, but they have 3 guys in the top 45 players for points per game. That is not common. The Knicks are in this great spot right now, and so much of it depends off, can RJ Barrett play efficient basketball alongside these other 2 lefties, both of whom who like to work inside. What I want to see from RJ is more mid-range work, more work on the defensive end, and it could be a completely different season where the numbers or the standard numbers look pretty similar, but where that field goal percentage, where that efficiency, where all those advanced numbers, they start to really balloon. I think that's what we need to see RJ work on. And with the way he's playing, it kind of feels like he hears this and he understands that this is what he needs to do, because that's what we're seeing. RJ Barrett is a completely different player if he's playing aggressively or not. We've seen this happen when he just sort of gets down on himself, and usually if he shoots poorly, we do see the defense get better, but we see him we just see him lose the confidence, essentially. It sucks to say, but you just see him lose confidence in his shot. It happens to every single player, especially when you're younger. It's tough. Because when you think about it, I know RJ's now about to be a 5-year NBA veteran. He's only 23 years old. The man is still young. We could easily see a breakout season happen at some point where he just becomes an elite NBA player. It's why he was drafted so high. He was drafted 3rd overall because of this exact reason. So it's just really, really promising that we have seen this from RJ, and we need this to carry over into training camp and into the NBA season that is coming up. And with that, that is really all we have to say on the matter so far today. But the good news is the NBA is right around the corner. I'm sort of rusty doing these videos. I've only been doing one a week. But boys, we're on that grind. We are about to start dropping like crazy. Training camp is right around the corner. And right after that comes preseason. And then the NBA season where we will be reacting to all 82 games. Troy and I will hop on together and have our own little reactions and debates and have some fun with it. We have so much planned for this upcoming season. So guys, make sure you subscribe. All I can say, the content is about to go through the roof. Just completely in every level. You're getting more of it. You're getting higher quality content. We are about to explode. Knicks Digest to the moon, baby. We are about to hit our stride. Make sure you like this video so we're in the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see videos that are coming out in the future because things are only going up from here. Thank you so much for tuning into this today, guys. I will see you next time. Hopefully I won't be sick again. But have a great day for now. And remember, go Knicks.